Imagine a museum where you don't just look at the art, you literally walk right through it, you interact with it, and you become a living, breathing part of the exhibition itself. Welcome to teamLab Planets Tokyo, one of the most mind-bending, immersive digital art installations on the planet right now. But let's be real for a second, is it actually worth the massive internet hype? Or is it just a viral tourist trap? Well, in this video, I'm breaking down absolutely everything you need to know before you hand over your cash. We're covering the exact location, how to score tickets without the stress, pricing, a deep dive look inside the exhibits, and I'm sprinkling in a few critical survival tips throughout, including why you must choose your trousers very wisely. I'm Mamps on the map and I'm a man on a mission to take the stress out of planning, and this is everything you need to know about teamLab Planets Tokyo. First up, let's look at the logistics. teamLab Planets is located in the charming waterfront neighbourhood of Toyosu. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it's a bit of a trek to get to because it involves navigating the dreaded Tokyo subway network. If you're new to the city, this system can feel like an absolute beast. Door to door from major tourist hotspots like Shibuya, you're looking at about a 50-minute journey with at least 2 train changes. But if you've watched my Tokyo travel guide or top tips videos, you already know the pro tip. Google Maps is your absolute lifeline here for tracking platform numbers, precise train times, and your exact stops. Just make sure you aim to arrive at the venue about 15 minutes before your allocated ticket slot. And look, don't be alarmed if you turn up and see massive queues of people wrapping outside the plaza. Because everyone is grouped by time slot, the queues move super quick. Speaking of time slots, let's talk tickets and pricing, because this is where a lot of travellers get caught out. Fortunately, booking a slot at teamLab Planets isn't an absolute battle royale like trying to get into the Pokemon Cafe, so you can breathe a small sigh of relief there. Tickets generally drop on the 1st of every single month, opening up a fresh, rolling 3-month block of availability. But do not use that as an excuse to drop your guard. teamLab runs completely on dynamic pricing. Basically, the longer you wait, the higher that ticket price climbs, and the premium slots vanish instantly. To protect your wallet and your schedule, you want to pull the trigger and lock these down a solid 1 to 2 months before your trip. And if you want the ultimate experience, set your alarm and grab the very first morning slot of the day. Entering a completely empty museum gives you the absolute privilege of experiencing these mind-bending rooms in pure, tranquil peace before the midday tourist rush turns up and completely changes the vibe. Price-wise, you're looking at around 3,600 to 5,000 yen for an adult ticket, which sits at around 22 to 31 US dollars, or roughly 17 to 24 British pounds. And because these morning slots are the sweet spot, they hit that premium price tier fast. You can grab tickets via the official teamLab website or reputable authorised partners like Klook. Once you purchase tickets, they can't be cancelled or refunded, so double check your calendar before you hand over your cash. But don't panic if your schedule gets thrown off balance. The silver lining here is that you can actually change your booking date and time online. You just have to make sure you do it no later than 2 hours before your admission time. Now, the number one question that absolutely rattles everyone's brain before visiting Tokyo is, what on earth is the difference between teamLab Planets and teamLab Borderless? Because yes, Tokyo has 2 completely separate teamLab museums. While both museums share a similar artistic DNA, their execution is completely different. teamLab Planets, the one we're looking at today, is a structured linear sensory journey. You follow a set path through distinct rooms, ensuring you don't miss a single thing. Planets really plays on your physical senses, requiring you at times to jump, climb, and even shed your shoes and socks, and quite literally become one with water, but more on that in a second. teamLab Borderless, true to its name, has absolutely no map and no boundaries. The artwork literally migrates, evolves, and flows from room to room. It's a massive, sprawling maze where the entire goal is to get lost for hours. You might discover hidden rooms, or completely miss others, making every single visitor's experience totally unique. In essence, it comes down to this. If you want a physical, high variety, structured experience, choose Planets. If you prefer something less physically demanding that rewards pure exploration, go with Borderless. For me, Planets takes the win. It delivers all the digital magic of Borderless, but spices things up by tantalizing your physical senses. Alright, back to teamLab Planets, and it's time to take a look inside. The moment you enter, the first thing that hits you is the music. It's like a trippy yet peaceful futuristic vibe that sets the tone perfectly for what's to come. The museum can be split into two distinct zones that I'm going to refer to as shoes on and shoes off. First up, we're heading straight into the moss garden of resonating microcosms. This space is filled with these creepy metallic alien looking eggs nestled in a lush bed of green moss. During the day, they perfectly reflect the sky and the room around you, and if you're brave enough to go up and push them, they wobble around as if a tiny alien is low-key getting ready to hatch right in front of you. If you manage to grab an evening ticket, this entire room completely transforms into a glowing neon forest that is an absolute sight to behold. After that, it was time to see what makes Planets the more physical experience as we ventured into the athletics forest. The core concept here is three-dimensional thinking using your body. In plain English, it's basically a high-tech digital art obstacle course. You are fully required to jump, climb and slide your way through the exhibition.
So we're in the forest area, it's very tranquil, very warm in here, and everything's interactive. It's pretty cool, man. This is incredible. I have never experienced anything like this. It's like full-on sensory overload, different textures, sounds, little activities that you can do, kind of little obstacle courses. It is incredible. Literally every room you go into is going to be something unique and interesting. Like now we're in this kind of waterfall type room. It's just incredible.
Next up, we made our way into the Future Park. What makes this area so cool is the way it completely blurs the lines between the physical space you're standing in and the digital art surrounding you. Taking the interactivity one step further is the catching and collecting forest. This area is an absolute madness. So they use augmented reality to turn the entire exhibit into a giant playable video game. The concept here is simple: catch, study, release. So projections of extinct wildlife react to your movements across the walls and floors. You open up the teamLab mobile app on your phone and shoot scanning beams through your camera at the animals, and the moment it hits, the projection disappears from the wall and materializes instantly inside your phone so you can study it. Once you're done, you just swipe up on your screen to release it back into the digital world. It is genius and unlike anything I've tried before.
So this is really cool. We're in this kind of floating flower room where as you walk, the flowers will start to raise and create a path for you.
From here, your shoes and socks officially come off. Your belongings go into a secure locker and you get ready for the water exhibitions. Yes, you heard right. At teamLab Planets, you walk barefoot through water as part of the experience. The very first thing you do is walk down a dim corridor and straight up an inclined hill with rushing water pouring over your bare feet. It completely shocks your system and immediately resets your mindset. You realise right there and then, okay, this is definitely not a normal art museum. Once your feet are dried, you step directly into the infinite crystal universe. This is an endless mirrored space with what feels like an eternity of hanging LED light strips. Because the floor and ceilings are entirely mirrored, it legit feels like you're floating effortlessly in the absolute centre of another dimension. Next up is the main water exhibit, which is where you're gonna thank me for this next tip. Bring shorts or trousers that you can easily roll up, because in this exhibit you will get wet as you stroll through the warm, milky, knee-deep water surrounded by digital koi fish that respond to your every movement. Right, let's talk critical survival tips, because a few simple mistakes can totally ruin your entire experience. Tip 1, the wardrobe check. multiple major rooms have entirely mirrored floors. If you wear a dress or a skirt or very loose fitting shorts, the entire room is gonna see an exhibit they definitely didn't pay for. Wear shorts or trousers, and if you do forget, don't panic. You can rent out clothes to cover up at the locker desk. Tip 2, the trouser roll. Make sure whatever trousers you wear can be easily rolled up well above your knee. The water in that koi fish room is deep, hitting around mid-calf to knee height on an adult. If your skinny jeans won't roll up, they are absolutely getting soaked. Tip 3, the towel situation. Don't waste space packing a towel in your day bag. teamLab provides fresh, clean, fluffy towels completely free of charge the exact second you step out of the water sections. Tip 4, secure the tech. If you drop your phone or high-end camera into the water, that is 100% on you. Hold onto your devices tightly, or better yet, use a secure wrist or neck strap before you step in. Once you emerge back into the real world, your senses will be buzzing and you are probably going to be absolutely starving. Luckily, right outside the main entrance in the plaza is vegan ramen uzu. Now let's be clear, this isn't generic boring museum food. This branch is directly tied to the legendary Kyoto institution that earned an official spot on the Michelin guide. Sadly, due to our tight schedule, I didn't get to try a bowl for myself on that day. But speaking to travellers who have, vegan or not, they claim this is hands down some of the absolute best ramen you can get in the entire capital. Mind absolutely blown. If you head down to teamLab Planets, please do yourself a favour, try it and let me know in the comments if it's as goated as they say. Overall, teamLab Planets is an absolute masterclass in digital storytelling and a utter feast for the senses. In my opinion, it completely lives up to every single ounce of the internet hype. And being so unique to Tokyo, it is a definite must-do experience for first timers visiting this beautiful city. If this guide helped you plan your upcoming trip, make sure to smash that like button. It massively helps the channel out, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the rest of this epic Japan series. If you've got any questions at all about navigating Tokyo or Japan, then drop them in the comments down below or hit me up on Instagram. I've always got your back. As always, it's been a pleasure. Till next time, peace!